whenever we reach the limit, and I'm gonna start the timer once you start talking. So whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Hello, my name is Zackary Dobert, and I'm a electrical engineering junior and currently in the engineering events committee, and I'm running to be your next secretary. So why am I running for secretary? It goes back to when I joined SHEP about 2 semesters ago. When I joined, I saw an immense passion, energy, drive, and everything else for this organization that I've never seen in any other organization. And that was contagious to me. I wanted to find out more, and I wanted to do more within this organization. So I had other members come to me, tell me motivate me, point me to things I would have never seen before. And those are like resume critiques, mock interviews, and those types of events. I even got to participate in the Rocket League tournament for SHEP UH for the Lone Star Showdown event and brought home the gold for U of H. So these events helped me develop both professionally and socially as a person, and I'm deeply thankful to SHEP UH. To keep SHEP UH as the best organization, we need to take the love and support that's been given to us by the current SHEP UH members and hand it to the next generation of SHEP UH members. As secretary, I have goals to do just that. So first, we all know that the point system is crucial to member retainment. So what I like to do with the point system is that for every time someone goes to an event, there will be a QR code sitting there, and the members will be able to scan that QR code. And with my coding knowledge, I'll be able to, when they scan it, their information will be set to a database where it'll automatically organize everything and their points will be set out for each person. Second, I would like to send out a evaluation form after each event, so members are able to provide productive feedback for that event. And so we can keep the quality of our events strong and retain members that way as well. To encourage members to provide their feedback, they'll be given a point for their feedback. Also, the newsletter doesn't reach enough people and it ends up in a lot of people's spam. So I would like to send it through chat or like text and encourage that as well.
Sorry, that was the time. Let me just... Yeah, so we're gonna let one of our alumni to ask a question. I didn't mean to interrupt you like that. I'm sorry about that. But a great speech. Cindy, Andres?
Cindy can take the first.
I forgot to unmute myself. Zackary, great job on your speech. I was reading your description about, getting out of your comfort zone and, challenging yourself. So I commend you for that. Kudos to you. So in regards to your speech, so you want to focus a lot on data acquisition, which I think is great. What do you see that the chapter is lacking in data acquisition, or are you just trying to improve the processes? And if you do find something that's lacking, what is it? Okay, I'm trying to improve the processes. Mario has laid out a really good foundation for me if I were to be elected to secretary. He's enhanced the point system, made it more organized, and pretty much created the newsletter to have a better format and everything like that, and able to get to for more people to read it and become more organized and stuff like that. So I like to build off of that. In his position, he's been very data-centered, so I would really like to continue that. I think we've seen success with that. So of course, if you've seen success, I would like to continue doing that and enhance it. So I feel like having this database, we'll be able to more readily be able to see all the members' data, be able to see who's coming to our events, be able to reach out to these people and try to keep them coming to our events and things like that. I feel like that's a really good way to keep people in our events. I kind of would see myself as the current member rep in a way. Like there's the new member rep trying to get people to come into SHEP, but I'm trying to keep them in SHEP. So. Okay, so you're focusing on retention. Yes. Okay, awesome, thank you.
Awesome, Zackary. We always go into this point in the chapter where someone with a lot of coding experience, very technically apt, comes in and develops a point system that is that is amazing, really, from a technical perspective. But then after a couple of years, because not all of us have a technical background, the point system starts to the upkeep of that point system starts to become confusing, and eventually we always resort back to Excel. So I guess my question to you is like, how do you plan on making this new database a little bit more future-proof and more accessible for future secretaries who might not be as technically apt as you?
Awesome, awesome. So first off, like, of course, when you code things, stuff like that, you probably have like a bunch of comments throughout the code, be able to make it to where anybody could understand it, or try to make it very, very, very readable. So also, I would like to have more like an interface on top of the code, so anybody could be able to use it. So it'd be a very simple interface. Everybody would be able to see what's going on, stuff like that, and they'd be able to navigate the system that way. That's pretty much how I see like spreading the code into the future, because there's really no other way. I think of course, I'd always be willing to help whoever is in the future secretary. They can reach out to me. I'd be there, ready to help them and navigate that problem. But I try to make it easy for them as possible.
Would you decide to stay with a simple Excel sheet, or is there a different platform that you'd like to look into?
Okay. Well, currently I'd like to do like a MySQL database, but if that's really inefficient and just burdensome, then I'd rather go to Excel and try to enhance that spreadsheet.
Thank you.
Okay, as for my question, it's also data related. So with the online semester introduces these RSVPs for each event that we have. And this was not very common in person, because in person it was just you go to the event, right? But this RSVPs help us a lot because we collect data from members, sometimes they're major classification and whatnot. So now that we might go back in person in the fall, what is your plan or your strategy to keep that data flow, like that data collection, and manage all that data, and also protecting the members' data privacy?
Awesome, awesome. So my plan is I'd have like either two separate parts of the database, or two separate like Excel spreadsheets, one for like reservations and one for actually people that come to the event. And then pretty much mix with like the feedback that I was talking about earlier for that event, if they were to provide it. So in order to keep member privacy, I plan on pretty much getting my own like small little like drive, like a hard drive or something like that, and have it exclusively for member data. And I would have access to that. All the e-board would have access to that if they wanted to see how they can improve certain events, certain strategies, stuff like that. And what was the rest of your question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so pretty much like with the RSVPs, like because this was something new for us, and in person, like what's your strategy with that? Like, do you want to keep them or?
Awesome. So I would love to keep the RSVPs. It keeps, it lets us know pretty much how many people are going to be in an event. We can kind of gauge the event on that, plan accordingly. Say like there's like 30 people coming to this event instead of, you know, like an event for like 10 people, you can gauge the different events and try to like build them accordingly. So I think that's really useful. And of course, that information, once we get it for the RSVPs, they'll be available to all the chairs that are hosting their particular events, of course, so they can make their events the best possible, and we can retain those members.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you in the breakout room and bring the next candidate, which is gonna be Oscar. So let's see. Oscar, are you here? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, first of
Yes, we
all,
can.
happy birthday.